Hello. Today we're going to take the song Amazing Grace and maybe give you a chance to try something a little bit different. A lot of people know this song, and it's fairly easy to play when you're just singing and playing the chords because there's only three chords in it. There's a G chord. Da 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 da, then it moves to a C chord. Da da da, back to the G. Da 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 da. When it goes up like this, it goes to a D chord. Da da. Then it goes back to the G. Dun dun da 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 dun. Down back to the C. Da 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 back to the G. Da 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 D chord and back to the G for the end. Okay? If you're going to play the melody, if you didn't want to sing it and you wanted to play the melody on the guitar at the same time, an amazing thing happens. Maybe just play you the first 5 notes of the song. Now watch my left hand. It's very, very tricky. See what I did there? Let me show you that in slow motion. I played the 4th string, moved up to the 3rd, then played the 2nd, 3rd, 2nd. That's the main theme of the song. It shows up, that little passage shows up 3 times in this song. Let me play the whole melody. Here's the well, what we'll call the main theme, all right? There it is. Da 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 da. First time it does this. Now here it comes again. Only this time it goes up. Okay. Here comes this long little passage. And guess what? There it is, same 5 notes. And this time it goes like that, and we're done with the tune. So a good half of the tune, almost exactly half the tune, is, look, well, no hands. Well, not that hand anyway. Okay, so this song's in the key of G. Well, that's what we're playing it in. It can be in any key you want, but we're playing in the key of G this time. Now, the key of G is very simple to understand. This song begins on a G chord. It ends in a G chord. Guess what key it's in? Say G. G. Right, good. That's good. It's in G. And you can tell that because it's the first chord and the last chord. And you can figure that for almost any song. There's a few exceptions. But 99.99% of the time, that's going to be the case. Your first chord is going to be the same as your last chord, and that's the key you're in. Well, we're in the key of G. Well, if you play this and you put down a G chord, guess what? Oh, look, it's already there because those 3 open strings, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd, are open in your G chord. You don't finger them. So your G kind of wraps around your 3 notes, or your 5-note passage played with those 3 strings. So now you could just leave that chord down. Okay? Make sense? All right, now that's how you figure you're in the key of G. I'm going to come back to the chords in a minute, but I want to show you the whole melody. Okay? Now, that starts off with 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and back again, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. Then it does this. You hit this A note, 2nd fret, 3rd string, open it up, 2nd fret, 4th string, and open it up. Now the only notes you're going to be playing fingering-wise are this note here, this E, this A on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and this D is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So you have your open D, your E, your G, and your A, and your B open, that's your 2nd string, and your D. And this is what is known as a pentatonic scale. There's really only 5 different letter names in it. The D, the E, the G, the A, and the B, and then the D is simply an octave higher. It's a different form of a D, but it's still D. So that doesn't count as a new letter name, Okay? So here we go with, all right. So those are all the notes you're going to play. So here's the melody. You play 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, open. Then you come back with the A on the third string, open it up, and then you play the fourth string, second fret, and open it up. Then you do the riff again, bum, 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 or the main theme, I guess we should call it. Now you're going to go from that A and you're going to jump up to this D. Then it does back and forth between the B and the D, jumps down to the G, the fourth string D, here comes the E again, there's the G note, back to the E, and down to the open D. Here comes the main theme again. And the last two notes are the A and the open G, third string. Now you might want to run that back and just get the melody down a little bit, but what I'm going to do is now show you where the chords go and how to work them into the melody. But first we're just going to play the chords at the same time that we're playing the melody, all right? But we won't put them together just yet. I'm going to finger the chord. Starts on a G chord. At this point, we transition to that A note, which gets our hand in motion, and you move to the G chord, which sets up this. See, I didn't have to move. Both those notes are in the C chord anyway. I move back to the G chord, and that opens up my D. Okay? Then here's the main theme, which I didn't have to move for. And then here comes the A, D. Now, normally you would play it like this, but both these notes are in your D chord, so set the whole D chord down, and you get that. Nice, huh? So you go da 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 da. All right, here comes this. Now, the chords are, this is going to be over a G chord, so you could use your pinky. And if you watched my video of talking about the pinky, you could just bring in that note with the pinky. You don't need this note yet. And then here comes the C chord again. For those 4 notes, all of which are in the C chord. Back to the G chord. Main theme. And it's just going to go A, G, and you're on the G chord again. Does that make sense? Take a second, wind that back, watch it a couple times, get it under your hands with the chords down. All right? Now, here's what to do with it all. All right? You start off with the theme, okay? Now that's all ringing very nice, but you might say, well, gee, Tom, where do I put the chords? Where do I play the chords in this? Well, there's gaps. There's little tiny gaps. And the way it works out is, listen to the timing. See, when I throw my hand away, that's an extra beat. So you have da 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 da. You hear how that second note is longer. Well, that's a place where once you struck the note, you can then hit the chord right after it. It's going to sound like this. Then you do. There's another gap. Change to the C chord. Here comes the G chord. There's another gap. Here comes the theme. Same gaps. Here comes that D that I talked about. Set up your D chord. A few extra beats there because that's how long it takes to get back to the next line, which goes like this. And there's that pinky action. Open G, strum. Chord change to the C. Strum because there's a gap there. Back to the G chord. Main theme, same openings. And there's the song. All right, now let me play it for you all the way through so you can just watch it. And then you go back and listen to this whole thing again and see if you can figure out the different parts. You've got the melody, you've got the chords, and then you've got the gaps where you play the chords. And all you really have to do is keep track of the timing. That's the important thing. And pay attention for the repeats, the repeated phrase. Okay, here it comes. And that's Amazing Grace. I hope you can make some sense out of this and use it for yourself. You'll amaze your family and friends and have fun with it. If you have any questions, email me, send me a private message on Facebook, share it with your friends so they can become friends on Facebook. But try and use this. Again, if you have any questions, ask. If you don't ask, well, you're never going to find out the answer. But if you contact me, I will respond. Okay? Keep that in mind. Have fun and keep playing.